Most Christmas tree growers can recognize and scout for the pests that damage their trees, but they're not as good at recognizing the good bugs that help control these pests. In this video, we will be reviewing the predators of twig aphids, predators of spider mites, and biological control organisms for scales and especially elongate hemlock scale. It's important to recognize the good bugs when scouting. The presence of predators are a reason to delay an insecticide treatment, and it's also an indication that you're creating the kind of habitat where biological control can be successful. So how do you find the good bugs? By doing the same thing you do when you're scouting for pests. By taking single shoots off of foliage and looking at them front and back with a hand lens. By taking foliage beats and again looking at that with a hand lens to see what falls out. And even by just walking through your trees and seeing if you see any. The problem with finding the good bugs is that they go through complete metamorphosis. In other words, the egg, the larvae, the pupa, and the adult all look different, and you really need to be able to recognize all of these forms. There are also several different species that look all a little bit different in their coloration and size, but they have the same basic form, so you should be able to recognize them. The main predators in the spring that feed on twig aphids are hoverflies, lady beetles, and lacewings. Only the lady beetle adult also eats insects. Hoverfly and lacewing adults don't. Maintaining flowering ground covers around your Christmas trees really brings in these predators because the adults all need the pollen and nectar from flowers to complete their life cycle. The most common predators seen in Christmas trees in the spring are hoverfly larvae. Hoverfly larvae have no legs, and they move almost like an inchworm. Often they have two knobby projections on the end of the abdomen, and many have two lines running down the length of the body. Hoverfly adults almost look like bees with yellow and dark brown abdomens, but unlike bees, they have short antennas. You may see them foraging on flowers when walking through your trees, but you have to find other signs of them, like the larvae or eggs on your trees, to know that they are in fact controlling pests there. Another common springtime predator are lady beetles. There are many species of lady beetles, but all have a large dome-shaped abdomen. Most people think lady beetles are orange with black spots, but they can have many different color patterns and sizes. The larvae of lady beetles are long and stocky with dark legs. They may have bumps or spikes on their bodies and be different colors, but large or small, they all look pretty similar. Lacewing adults are fragile-looking green or brown insects with clear lacy wings. They are especially attracted to pollen from grasses. And again, seeing those in your trees doesn't necessarily mean they're feeding on pests. You need to find the larvae or eggs. Lacewing larvae look a little like lady beetle larvae, but they have narrow heads with prominent pinchers. The tail also narrows down to a point. All of these larvae are voracious feeders. It's also a good idea to be able to recognize the eggs of all three of these predators. Hoverfly eggs are laid singly and are white and oblong with a textured surface. Lady beetle eggs are laid in groups and are bright yellow. They almost look like bowling ball pins. Lacewing eggs are small and white and are found on a long stalk. You may also find pupae of lady beetles. They are attached to needles and stems, so it almost looks like they're feeding on the tree, but they're actually developing into an adult. The pupae of lacewings and hoverflies are much less conspicuous, and you very seldom find them. So here is a comparison of the adults of these three predators: the larvae, the eggs, and the pupae. Another important group of predators are spider mite predators. These are mites themselves. They move faster than the spider mites and can be found running around on beet plates or even along a shoot while you're looking at it with a magnifying lens. They can be orange or red, but the most important ones are tan-colored and kind of teardrop-shaped. Scales have their own set of biological controls. One important predator are thought to be dusty wings, which are related to lacewings. Dusty wing adults look like they have powder covering them. Another important predator of scales are twice-stabbed lady beetles. They're called that because they have these two large, round, red spots on an otherwise black body. The main control of scales are parasitic wasps. They lay a single egg inside the scale where it grows and develops and turns into another wasp. When you see a round hole in a scale, that means it has successfully developed and moved on to lay more eggs in other scales. Predators and parasitic wasps are important controls of Christmas tree pests. Learning to recognize them and giving them a chance to control pests is a good way to reduce dependence on insecticides. For more information about biological control, see our website.